Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Hapizula. You are in the kitchen with Dr. H. Today I'm making a delicious snapper dish. Let me tell you all about snapper. It actually has a captivating culinary history that spans across cultures and continents. Now, these fish have been treasured in global cuisines for centuries, showcasing their versatility and flavorful profiles. From the shores of the beautiful Caribbean countries to the bustling fish markets of Asia, snapper has found its way into a plethora of traditional dishes, each reflecting the unique flavors and cooking techniques of their respective regions. Now, best of all, it's easy to cook. The world of snapper is as diverse as it is delicious. In fact, there are over 100 types of snapper fish around the world, each with their own distinct traits and culinary potential. Today, we're going to be making a beautiful red snapper dish. Let's get to cooking. Welcome back to my kitchen, everybody. I'm Dr. Hapizula, and you are in the kitchen with Dr. H. Today, I'm so excited. We are making a Caribbean spiced rubbed snapper, and we're pairing that with a papaya smoothie with a tropical twist in there, okay? Are you hungry? Gosh, all of this food in front of me, every time I see the colors and smell the herbs and the spices, I just can't wait to dive in. I feel as though you're excited too. So let's just get started. I have my pan heating up right here. This is where we're going to be making the snapper. Before I go through what we have in the snapper, why don't we just put a little drizzle of olive oil on there and brush this pan just to get it nice and ready. And meanwhile, now I'm using some beautiful red snapper. This red snapper is nice, beautiful, wild caught red snapper. You can get it frozen, fresh frozen, or you can get it fresh, right? And we're using a beautiful dry spice rub. This spice rub has some of my favorite ingredients in there. It has a gorgeous curry blend in there. Use your favorite curry blend if you'd like. And of course I have some salt, a little bit of salt and pepper in there. We have some allspice berries, some cumin and coriander. You can put the allspice berry powder itself, or you can crush up those allspice berries, or the pimento berries as we call them, into there. And you put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there as well. So I'm just going to finish off my fillets of snapper with just a little bit more of that dry rub. I did have it marinating here in the fridge for a little bit overnight, so that all of that beautiful spice flavor starts to marinate in there. But let me just give it a little extra love this morning. It's going to just give it another boost right before we put it in the hot pan. That looks amazing. We're gonna just take care of the other fillet over here. See all those juices on there? We wanna make sure that we cover all sides. You notice that this already has some of that gorgeous curry blend. The turmeric has already colored my snapper beautifully. So, can't wait. Whenever you put fresh fish seasoned up nicely in a hot pan, oh, not only the sound, but the smell that it creates in the kitchen, that is one sure way I can take all of my kids out of their rooms. Whenever they're busy reading their books or on technology, the smell of this food is what brings them all into the kitchen. So let's go ahead. I think our pan looks nice and hot. It feels good. We're going to just place our snapper fillets right on, 4 of them. So we're going to give it enough space here. We don't want the pan to be too screaming hot. We just want it to be hot enough. So we're going to adjust the heat over here. I'm going to put it on medium-high heat and put the last snapper fillet on here, just like that. And while that's cooking down nicely over here, let's make sure it has enough space on there. It's going to take a little bit of time to cook down because I just turned up the heat. We are going to pair this. We're going to be layering our plate today. And instead of using white rice, we're using beautiful quinoa. Quinoa is just high in protein. It has so much fiber and B vitamins and minerals in there. Really, really great way to not only get your protein and your fiber, but keep your cholesterol in check. And your blood sugars don't rise up too high when you have this. So this is excellent. And we're going to layer that with just black beans. You could use any beans that you have. And on top of that, after we've cooked the fish through on both sides, we're going to top it with a beautiful mango salsa.
Why is CVS Pharmacy America's choice for vaccinations?
Because we all got the COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot. And I can make the appointment right here.
Save time, schedule online. No wonder CVS Pharmacy is America's choice for vaccinations.
Okay, well, let's make that mango salsa. I've already chopped up some mangoes over here. I'm just going to add it into our bowl. And give it a nice, beautiful mix. And to this, we're going to add some freshly squeezed lime juice. Lime juice or lemon juice, you could choose either which way. And I actually love to put a little bit of lime zest on there. We're going to do that in just a minute. We have some red onions that we're going to add in. Just add as much as you'd like in there. I like a little bit more. Why don't we just add it all in? And put a little bit of your favorite hot sauce. Hopefully by now you know my favorite, my mother's homemade Trinidad hot sauce, right? This has Scotch bonnet peppers in it, or you could use habanero peppers in there, and a couple of other key ingredients, and I'll give you the recipe for it. But this has the most, the flavor, the spice, just how it infuses throughout any dish. It's usually a staple in any of the meals that we make. You put that in, you can season this salsa up with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then finally, you're going to finish it off at the very end with a little cilantro. So just a little bit of salt. And we are controlling the salt at all levels here. You want to make sure that the snapper itself, the fillets, you want to ensure that they're not too salted, that you can salt it at the very end, because remember, this salsa is going to add some flavor as well. Let's top that off with a beautiful set of chopped cilantro. I'm going to add all of that in there and give it a nice mix. Now I'm going to squeeze another fresh lime into here and add a little bit of lime zest. Look at the colors in there. Purples, the yellows, the greens. You feel so excited to eat food when you see these beautiful colors. So I'm going to grab a lime that I have right here and just zest that lime. Just basically taking off that gorgeous green rind right into my mango salsa. Look at that. That's all you need in there. It just adds another layer of flavor, depth of flavor in there. All right. I hear our snapper beginning to cook down a little bit, and now you can see it's starting to bubble over there. So it's getting busy. It's getting ready. It got excited probably when I got the salsa done, right? But we're going to add in, as I mentioned, a little bit of lime juice into it. I'm going to roll my lime and then just give it a nice slice all the way through, and then juice a little bit of this lime straight in. So there we go. Got some beautiful lime juice in here. I angle my juicer just so all the juices get in there nicely. And always have a little trash bowl nearby so you can pop that in. Keep your space nice and clean. I work best when everything is organized well. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Beautiful lime juice in there. Gives it that brightness that you'd like, and it pairs really beautifully with the spices on the snapper, right? Because remember, we've got our curry blend in there, and the coriander and the cumin that adds an earthiness and some depth to it. And this is ready to go. So we're going to let our salsa just sort of hang out here for a little bit. Our fish seems to be cooking now nicely. We'll flip it over. Once I start to see from the very bottom, some of the flesh gets a little bit opaque. Then you know that it is ready to flip.
Special thanks to our sponsors: Aetna CVS Health, American Heritage School.
So what I would have you do first is, again, whatever you'd like on the bottom. Today we're using quinoa, but you can use, if you choose to make white rice, make it ahead of time. Put a little bit of either avocado oil in your rice as you're cooking it down and cool it down. That makes resistant starch, and it actually helps your body to not absorb those calories from the rice as much, right? So we're going to plate this first. A little bit of quinoa on the bottom. How gorgeous that is. And again, this is something you can make ahead like I did. Steam it ahead. You can add vegetables into your quinoa if you'd like finely chopped vegetables. It's another way to add amazing fiber. See that? Just plate it just like this so you can get a nice layer of quinoa all the way at the very bottom. Kind of using the shape of my plate here to guide me. And then on top of that, we're going to layer some of the black beans. just like that. Just layer the black beans straight on top. Now the black beans you can cook down in garlic and onions. You could put a bay leaf in there, a little bit of salt and pepper and some garlic. That is a beautiful way. Or you could just eat it like straight boiled. You don't want any of those seasonings in there. Sometimes I add a bay leaf in there. So this one looks nicely plated. We can plate a second one. Since we've got a little extra time with this, let's put some more quinoa on the bottom here. Is this one a plate for you and a plate for me, right? So you can join me in the kitchen. And this is a really wonderful, quick and easy meal. Say you had a really long day at work or just a long day period from anything you're doing. This is great because you have the components can be put together ahead of time, and all you really need to do is just make the fish, right? And you have a nice, beautiful hot meal. So here's our other plate of quinoa. The snapper is looking amazing, and it looks like almost ready to flip there. So once we're done with this, adding in some of the black beans into this. Just a little bit more of the black bean layer right here. I think that we could go ahead and try to flip the fish. All right. Put this down over here. And let's just check on our fish. Yep. See that some areas are very much opaque. I'm going to take my salsa, just put it over here a second. And I'm going to use a couple of different tools here. I'm going to use this here to flip it over. Look how beautiful that looks. Want it to kind of flake a little bit in the middle. When it's done, flip it like so. This one is a little bit of a bigger fillet. Oh, you see how that's flaking off to the side right there? That's what I want to see. So it's cooking beautiful, and you could smell the fragrance of the spices coming together. This little guy over here. There we go. That is gorgeous, and it's cooking up perfectly. I already see that this side is cooked perfectly. Did you see that white flaky fish? That's what we want to see. It's going to retain the beautiful juices, and this is almost ready. What I'm going to do first though is I've got some dates over here. I got some papaya and some chopped pineapple. Let's just chop up these dates just a little bit more, just so it can blend a little bit easier. Dates add the sweetness, and sweetness with fiber, right? So you don't need to have sugar in here at all. Remember, the papaya is also sweet, and so is the pineapple. If you need to add a sweetener, I recommend date sugar, or you can use some coconut sugar. So what I'm going to do is, actually, the base of this is like a coconut milk. But what I've done is I'm using an almond coconut milk blend that has a vanilla essence in it. That will really give a touch of sweetness without adding additional sugar. So why don't we put some of that coconut milk straight in here, just like this. Just enough. You can add some more in a minute. I'm going to actually add in some crushed ice. We want to make this nice and ice cold. Right into here. Beautiful. Just enough ice. We can always add some more into our glass later. Add in some papaya chunks that I have here, fresh papaya chunks. Right in. Add it right in. Just like that. That's going to give that gorgeous color. And add as much pineapple as you'd like. I only want a few pieces of the pineapple because I want the papaya to dominate the taste here. Papaya is so wonderful. It has enzymes in there that really help break down, all the foods that you're eating. It has papain enzyme in there. I'm also adding a touch of turmeric. Give myself a little anti-inflammatory push in there. And now the coconut flakes you can add at the very top, or I've rimmed my glass. Using a little bit of that coconut milk, we're going to rim the glass just for decoration, and it's unsweetened, no sugar in there either, okay? Pop this in. Okay, we're gonna add in those dates, those chopped dates into here. Now that I have a good amount of liquid, the dates in here will add that additional sweetness. And you see that gorgeous light orange color? That's the papaya sort of melding all the way through it. Give it dates in there. You can continue to blend this I like this right here. This is perfect. This is well done. And I have my glass that is rimmed with coconut. I'm gonna just pour it straight in, just like this. Turn this heat off a second, and here we go. How stunning that is, guys. Oh, beautiful and healthy. I'm gonna leave that there a minute. It looks as though our snapper is almost done here. Let's just give it a check. I'm gonna check it. Yep, that feels just about ready to go. Oh my goodness, look at this. So we've already have our plates ready ahead of time. So let us grab one of the fillets of snapper. Let's get a nice big piece here. Look at this one. Just right on the top. Just like that. And I'm gonna take this one and put it straight on top of the other plate right here. The last thing we need to do is put our mango salsa on top. So the snapper is done. We're gonna take this off the heat. I always recommend taking it all out of the pan just so it doesn't cook further. And let us put some of the salsa on top. Gorgeous mango salsa on top. Look how stunning that is. Oh, are you excited to eat this? We're going to put some mango salsa over the top of the other one as well. And then just top it off with a little bit of chopped cilantro. And we're ready to go. Look at that. Don't try to just keep it on the fish. You can let it kind of go all over the plate if you'd like, because it blends just beautifully. The flavors are incredible. Now, seafood in the Caribbean, growing up, if we wanted to eat fresh fish or fresh seafood, we got it straight from the fisherman's wharf. The moment the fisherman caught it from the ocean, it was that fresh. You could taste the brine in your seafood. Now, my mother growing up, she would make this, and my kids love this dish as well too. We can curry this fish. Sometimes it's breaded, sometimes slightly fried and then curried, but you don't even need to do that. You could just literally make a curry paste and curry it down with your favorite spices. You can add tomatoes in there as well, a little bit of fresh garlic and some Scotch bonnet peppers, and that is another beautiful sauce to overlay. But today we've decided to put in a gorgeous mango salsa. Now you could use a mango salsa, you could chop up vegetables and make it the same way and just add it on top. The base of this fish dish can also be vegetables, like a salad. You can make a Caribbean spice snapper salad if you choose to, right? There are ways that we can take charge of our own health, right? I want you to have a long and healthy, full and happy life. And food and the way we live, so important to our health and wellness, right? So this dish, I'm ready to taste it. Are you ready to try some with me? I know I'm gonna have to really invite you into my kitchen to make sure that we taste it, but let's just make sure the fish is cooked, that the beans and the quinoa are all together. I have to get a little bit of that mango salsa, just a little bit of everything on my fork right here. Let's just see here. Here's a nice, beautiful bite. Let's try it. Wow. Perfect. I could eat this every day. This is so good. My children love seafood. This is something that I know that they're going to celebrate and enjoy. My son actually likes octopus, believe it or not. So you listen, whatever you enjoy from the ocean, this is just another option for you. I'm excited that we were able to make our gorgeous papaya smoothie with pineapple and dates. That creaminess is from the coconut almond milk. There is no condensed milk in here. There is no added sugar in here. Even my coconut flakes at the top, those are unsweetened. And it's rimmed with the same coconut almond milk. The liquid allows it to stick. So a healthy way to help yourself stay nice and nourished and hydrated while enjoying our gorgeous tropical Caribbean flavors. So I want to wish you all good health and a long life. I'm going to take a sip to you. Snapper is very healthy and full of nutritional elements. It's low calorie, it's really rich in protein, offering over 25 grams of protein per 100 gram serving. It contains very high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, selenium, magnesium, vitamin D and E. This makes it a powerful health food, one that promotes heart, brain, and body health.